Alright guys, welcome to this week's workout. Today is going to be a focus on our pushing muscles, so shoulders, chest, triceps. There also will be a little bit of core involved too. The only thing that you might need for today's workout is possibly a yoga mat and either some small hand weights or something, household items like a can of soup or milk jugs will work just as well. But we're going to go ahead and get started with a warm-up. So we're going to start with some high knees. So if you can, just try to get your hips to at least parallel with the floor. And we're going to switch it up some butt kicks. Jog in place. All right, we're going to take a nice wide stance, squeeze those glutes, tighten that core, put our arms out in a T formation. We're going to make some small shoulder circles. Reverse directions. Big circle. And reverse. All right, hands are down by our sides. Palms are facing away from us. We're going to take one arm up and the other arm back, and we're going to do 2 pulses. Switch. All right, now we're going to take our knees up and externally rotate. Like you're stepping over a fence. All right, now we're going to take one hand and keep it in line with our shoulder, not in front of our chest. We're going to gently bend and flex at the wrist. And then once you're feeling your arm and hand starting to loosen up a little bit, we go for the full arm extension. And switch arms, starting again with just the hand and wrist. Eventually moving into the arm extension. All right, next feet together. Glute squeeze, core tight, standing up nice and tall. We're going to take our hands together above our head. We're going to inhale, reach for the sky, and try to keep those shoulders nice and high and hold them up there as we take a couple deep breaths. So try to breathe with your diaphragm, which should result into some nice deep belly breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more. Then float on down by our sides. So hands are out by our sides. We're going to push our shoulders down away from our ears. And then we're going to make some shoulder circles. Up and back. And then reverse directions. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So our first exercise is going to be a full body exercise, and this is going to be a crawl to plank. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bend our knees and try to get low to the ground. And then what we'll do is we'll just walk out into a plank. And so once our body is fully extended, glute squeeze core tight, we're going to hold it for just a second. And then slowly walk back in, stand back up, squeezing your glutes to bring you up. All right, and down. Now, in between sets, if you want, you can follow me. Just doing something to keep our heart rate up. So I'm going to do the shoulder circle. All right, then we're going to go ahead and go into our next set. Go ahead and bend your knees, get low, walk out until your legs are fully extended, hands under shoulders, core is nice and tight, walk back in. Take a little break, do some high knees in between sets. All right, last set of the crawl to plank. Last one. All right. Go ahead and take a little break in between exercises. So our next exercise is going to be a push-up. So the starting position is going to be just like the plank. So hands underneath of our shoulders. tight, back is nice and straight. We're gonna inhale, lower ourselves down to the ground. Exhale, press up. All right, take a little break in between sets. All right, we'll go into our next set. So go ahead and start in your plank position. So we're gonna inhale down and exhale up. Keep those glutes squeezed and your core tight. Right. We got one more set of push-ups after this. All right, go ahead and grab our last set of the push-ups. All right, good job, guys. All right, so for our next exercise, we're gonna do a shoulder press. And so this is where you grab either your weights or cans of soup or whatever you got. So the starting position is going to be with the weights over our shoulders. Hands can either be turned in facing you or facing away from you. It's your choice. And so we're standing up nice and tall, glutes squeeze, core tight, weights are over our shoulders. We're going to exhale and press up. Inhale, slowly lower the weights back down. All right, go ahead and set your weights down for a minute. And we'll do some high knees with an external rotation. Like you're stepping over a fence. All right, let's go ahead and grab our weights again. So feet are about hip width apart. Weights are over our shoulders. Stand up nice and tall. Glute squeeze, core tight. Press up and lower down. Should be about the same speed. go ahead and set your weights down. All right, go ahead and grab your weights again. This will be our last set of the shoulder press. All right, go ahead and set those weights down. All right, so our next set is going to be some close grip push-ups, and that's going to target more of your arms. It's going to hit your triceps. So we're going to go ahead and get into the plank position, except for this time, try to take your hands in closer than you normally would. So what we're going to do, everything else is going to be the same, going to be just like a push-up. Lower yourself down, press up. All right, good job. All right. Next set of tricep push-ups. All right, we got one more set left, and then it's time for a cool down and a stretch. All right, last set. And go. All right, good job, guys. So the first stretch we're gonna do is gonna be for our triceps. So we're gonna take our hands up in the air above our head. We're gonna reach one arm in between our shoulder blades. Other arm comes to the elbow and gently pulls it in. So next, we're gonna take our hands behind our back. We're gonna pull our shoulders down away from our ears. And then we're gonna try to take our hands away from our body. And so feet are together, glute squeeze core tight. We're gonna look up at the sky and take some nice deep breaths. Now we're going to do some shoulder circles. So just like we did at the beginning of the workout, we're going to take our hands out to our sides, pull our shoulders down away from our ears, and we're going to bring our shoulders up and back. And reverse. So next we're going to find a piece of wall and we're going to stand beside it and we're going to take our palm and press it flat into the wall, have our thumb up. Then we're going to take that same side leg, we're going to take it forward and we're going to go ahead and look over the opposite shoulder. Alright, we're going to switch sides. Alright. So that's it for this week's workout, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.